Hello, my dear Capricorn. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10th through April 16th. Let's look at your energies, my dear friend. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, and the overall vibe for the week. We got the Three of Wands, energy of planning ahead. You've been in the state of planning ahead, trying to figure out how to expand yourself at your job, how to expand yourself in relationships, kind of like finding growth within yourself and also looking for opportunities, how to grow, where to grow. Let's look at the rest of the cards here. Okay, so by the way this is looking to me right now, you're currently in the Five of Wands energy, telling me that you probably have had an argument with somebody, or somebody gave a quote-unquote nice, kind, constructive advice to you, telling you, like Capricorn, you suck at everything. I'm exaggerating, but somebody may have said something to you in an argument or just in passing to kind of like stab you a little bit, but it kind of made you think. It kind of made you check and balance your own life and see whether this person is correct or not. And because of their comment, because of whatever they said, and because it touched you so much, it kind of propelled you to figure out how to make your life better, how to never make that same mistake again, how to never be viewed the same way by anybody else. And it could be as simple as like, Capricorn, you got lipstick on your teeth in the middle of the work meeting. Like, the heck, who says that, right? Like, that's rude as hell. But it also will make you think, okay, now every time I put my lipstick on, let me be a little bit more cautious. Or it could be something like a friend of yours might point it out. Capricorn, you're always 5 minutes late. Like, do you think your time is more valuable than my time? And all of a sudden, it kind of puts things into perspective a little for you. Like, oh man, like I did not realize that A, I was constantly late, and B, that it actually bothered this person that I was a tiny little bit late. Like, let me start working on it. Does it make sense? It could be something much bigger. It could be something much smaller. This is, a very general reading, so take as it resonates. And with the Page of Pentacles in your subconscious here, this is the desire to change things up. This is the desire to change things in order to begin a new cycle, in order to become a better version of yourself here. So somebody's comment, somebody's, big advice may have propelled this journey of change in your life. Also, sometimes with the Five of Wands, it could be like a rivalry, a competition of some kind. Maybe you went to a conference and you met somebody and you're like, oh wow, like I really like the way the person, like the mannerisms of this person. I really like how they hold their back straight. And kind of like being an observer can also propel you to kind of start becoming better without even having anyone to say anything. With the Ten of Swords being in your obstacle, you could feel a type of way about this whole situation. You could feel slightly defeated, like, oh man, like I'm never gonna be good enough. There's always all these flaws. People always see me as a clown. I will never like amount to anything. I will never be like that person, who is sharp or whatever. Like, having that imposter syndrome is really real this week. So watch for it, because it is the swords, and swords do have to do with our mental state, with our thinking, and with the way we speak to ourselves. They do not necessarily deem the reality. It's more about how we're thinking in the moment. So the universe is cautioning you, make sure you don't fall into the trap of thinking in ways that could sabotage your well-being, sabotage your high vibrational state here. With the Queen of Swords being in your strength, and I love it here in your strength sector, this is about having that perception, have a very clear mind and have a very clear understanding. Like, yes, this person pointed something out in me, or I saw in somebody else something, a good quality that I want to attain. Let me work on it. Let me figure out how I can integrate it into my life. And also, is it even beneficial to me? Like, is it a big deal if I have lipstick all over my face? Is it a big deal if I'm 5 minutes late? Like, does it really matter to me? And this energy will allow you to kind of figure it out. What is actually important to you and for your life, and what is not all that important. Maybe your friend is a drama queen who's always, complaining about everything. So you being 5 minutes late, maybe it's not really a big deal. It's just, they're always complaining. Maybe you only were 2 minutes late, I don't know. Again, general reading. Take what resonates. But either which way, the Six of Cups is here as the outcome, which I really, really like, because I feel like it's indicative of releasing a certain past that's controlling you. Releasing certain notions that you should be living to a certain parameter. Those things are going to subside a lot as the week progresses, as you're analyzing, like, whatever, if I'm late all the time, like, I'm good. Like, it's not affecting my livelihood. It's not affecting all my other friends. I don't care. Like, I'll do me. I'll be me. If you kind of come to that conclusion, then you will be able to release your past. And also, if you do change some things up in a positive direction for yourself, that's also could be a way of releasing your past controlling you, because you will be closer to the person that you want to be, opposed to closer to a person that somebody else has wanted you to do. I hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video, click subscribe, and have a super wonderful week. Hello, my dear Aquarius. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10 through April 16. Let's look at your energies, my dear friend. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, and the overall vibe for the week. Partnerships, Two of Cups. Partnerships are definitely going to be on your mind. It could be partners in your love life, partners at your job, any kind of partners, really, anybody that you're connecting with. And you're really going to be processing your emotions and your feelings, trying to figure out how do these people fit into your life, and where do you fit into their life as well. Let's look at the rest of the cards. So there's a lot of conversations that you want to have, with the Weight of Wands being your overall energy. So either you want to have a lot of conversations, or this person you're connecting with wants to have a lot of conversations with you. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with money, with the Nine of Pentacles being your subconscious drive. There's going to be a lot of decision making around money, either how to divide property, either how to negotiate your payments. Maybe you owe money to somebody, like to your parent or your cousin or whoever else, or vice versa. They owe you money for whatever reason, and you're trying to kind of hash it out, have those conversations, how to make it fair for both of you, and how to kind of like create this money exchange that is beneficial for both of you in some type of way. The universe is kind of telling you that, how do I say it? Make sure you stand your ground here. I'm not saying be greedy. What I'm saying is make sure you get back whatever is rightful for you. Make sure you're not being taken advantage of here as it comes to money, and make sure you're not getting a lot less than you deserve out of the situation, because I do feel like the other party will try to undercut you, will try to not really give you as much as you deserve. And with the obstacle here being the Tower, like I feel like your pride will be kind of compromised this week, because you probably need this money from this person, even though you do not want to ask them for it. You do not want to go through these negotiations. All what you're really going to have, like what you will want to say is tell them to go screw themselves. But it's kind of like you can't, for whatever reason, for whatever circumstances, you cannot just walk away from the situation. You kind of have to swallow your pride and sit there and just kind of continue this negotiation, probably continue to be diplomatic in this conversation as well, in order to get whatever is yours. This is a very general reading, so I don't know exactly which area of life this has to do with for you, but it definitely has to do with money, negotiating money, and having to do it with other parties, specifically partners. In your life here. The universe is telling you that the finalization of this whole situation is near. The Eight of Swords is here. Eights are indicative of completion, concluding a cycle, and you want this cycle to be done. Even though it feels like you're being imprisoned and you're being kind of put in an uncomfortable situation, the end is really much near. I do feel a bit of a stuck energy as I'm going through this reading, just kind of like not wanting to really take that step and stand up for yourself. Could be really real for you this week, and you're probably thinking a lot about the situation and about different scenarios of how it's going to play out. However, what the universe is telling you to do, like, don't get into that space of self-victimization. Don't get into that entrapped space of feeling like there's no way out. What you got to do is just try to figure out a way how to finish this as soon as possible while not compromising your needs, if that makes sense. There's two eights here in this reading, which I like. Two cards indicating a completion. Another card, Tower card, indicating a completion of this big cycle that you've gone through in your life. So there are a lot of signs and a lot of messages telling me that this is about to be over. However, don't let it get to you, because it is getting to you. Get it done as fast as possible so you don't have to dwell on it. And look at this, the outcome, the Sun. Once you're gonna come into this some kind of a compromise with this person, the harmony will come back to you. The joy will come back. The positive feeling will definitely come back, and your vibration is going to be totally increased, and it's going to feel so much better for you not to have to deal with this anymore, not to ever have to have this conversation again. I hope this reading clarified a couple of things, my dear friend. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super wonderful week. Hello, my dear Pisces. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10th through April 16th. Let's look at your energies, my dear friend. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, and the overall vibe. The Ten of Pentacles, I love it. Very good energy. Energy of celebrating your family. Energy of having enough. Energy of feeling satisfaction. Let's look at the other cards here. Ooh. Very nice, very nice, very nice, my dear friend. I feel like this week you're going to be really concentrating on your money situation and your work situation with all these pentacles being here. And I feel like you're doing it because you understand that, you know, your family kind of needs money for whatever reason, or you want to be able to figure out ways how to provide better for your family, or how to use whatever you have to have a more stable family situation. You're currently in the Ace of Pentacles energy. That's the energy of new beginnings, new ventures. Also energy of concentrating on your health and well-being, and energy actually. You're gonna feel this boost, you're gonna feel this inspiration, and you're gonna feel this desire to move forward in as I said, in your I feel like it's in your work and financial situation, financial sector. Full energy is in your subconscious drive. I like it. You understanding a new beginning is kind of needed here, either to literally start a brand new job, literally start a new budget, literally start investing into something that you haven't invested into before, or even like just bringing a new energy into your work situation, new energy in your current situation, and kind of looking for opportunities within your current job, looking for opportunities in how to maybe progress in your job, or even how to revamp your budget with the resources that you have. All those things are definitely a possibility. The Knight of Swords is in your obstacle. You're kind of gonna want to do it super fast. You're gonna get these ideas coming into your head. You're gonna want to you're gonna have this inspiration coming to you, and you're gonna want to just jump on it. The universe is telling you, don't do it yet. Right now, with the Seven of Pentacles in your strength, is a time of planning, understanding that there's a lot that you have to know before you jump into this next venture that you're thinking of. And this is a general reading, so I don't exactly know what specific area of life this is going to apply for you, but whatever those desires, new desires you're going to have, just wait a second before you commit. Learn more about it in order to make a better decision for yourself. So if this is a new job opportunity that's coming your way, amazing, right? Before you jump on it and sign that contract, make sure you read through the contract. Make sure you read through the responsibilities and the actual pay. You know how some jobs, especially sales jobs, they tell you you could make $175 million a day. But in reality, when you read through it, you realize that the base pay is like nothing, and you really have to hustle and bustle in order to make any money to potentially make whatever they're promising to make. And maybe there's only one person in their company in the whole history who was able to hit these goals. Like, make sure you're just taking it slow and learning about it before you're jumping into it. Also investing in a stock market, right? There's always this big stock that's going to make you millions, but in reality it collapses 4 seconds later. So watch for it. Death card is here. I like it. I feel like the Death card as an outcome for the week is great, because it's going to make you realize what you need and what you do not need any longer. And I feel like if you look at like a job offer, if you look at potential opportunities to invest, if you look at your current budget, you will be able to kind of find pros and cons right away, and you will be able to understand which way to go, what is serving you during this time frame and what is no longer serving you. And if indeed a job offer that came your way is something that looks good, you check through it and it actually kind of pans out, then of course go for it, right? Like, don't keep a job where people don't want you. But also with this energy, you will be able to make a good discernment if you have somebody who's trying to sell you some stock or whatever, and you're gonna see that this is not for you. You as well will be able to kind of cut it out of your life and kind of not look into the stock anymore, or not even work with this person any longer, because you're going to realize that whatever they're trying to sell you is crap. It's not really reliable here. Good energies overall. I really like it a lot, my friend. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super wonderful week, my friend. Hello, my dear Aries, welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10th through April 16th. And happy birthday to everyone whose birthday is this week, to my sun, Aries signs. Let's look at your energies for this week, my friend. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, and the overall vibe. We got the Seven of Swords. I felt a lot of heaviness in my hands as I was shuffling the cards, and then the Seven of Swords came up. So be aware of any kind of deception or any kind of trickery, or that could kind of create a burden for you in your life. Let's see what this has to do with. Okay. Yeah, so you are in a Seven of Pentacles energy. As I admire so much about you, my dear Aries, is that desire to work, desire to advance, not just work, for the sake of working, but actually advancing in your life, figuring out ways how to get promoted, how to get your next job, how to get your next, pay raise or whatever. And you're like in the process right now, figuring out how to move forward, to make more money, to kind of create more for yourself. And you understand that there might be not enough knowledge that you have about whatever area that you're trying to advance in, but it doesn't deviate you, and it doesn't scare you, because you understand that you can learn, you can figure it out. And with the Empress being in your subconscious drive here, like this is that energy of like, I can figure out solution to any problem that comes my way. And the Empress card is all about being a problem solver, all about building something, and all about creating something new, something big, something that's solid and has a strong foundation. I like it. However, it's almost like the universe is telling me here that make sure you're not doing it out of greed. Like, make sure you're not like stepping on anybody's toes here. Make sure that you're not being compromised either in this situation. And whatever the situation is, this is a general reading, so it might not resonate with all of you. And whatever does resonate, apply to your life as you see fit. But like this overall energy of the Seven of Swords is like, you see this guy, this clown, he's carrying all these swords with his naked hands, and he looks like a clown because he's put so much burden. He thinks he's stealing something, but A, he can't even use those swords if he wanted to, and B, he's cutting up his hands. So is he really winning? Or is he looking like a clown because he thought he won something? Make sure whatever you're doing right now, you are not you're not being foolish in your decision making, and you don't take too much on yourself. But also, as I said before, you're not stepping in other people's toes, and therefore you might look good in a moment, but like in the long term you're gonna look like this clown, right? Because if you kind of undercut somebody or say something about somebody behind their back, usually it comes back around, especially if you have like a really closed circuit industry that you're working in. Like if you're working like in an office building where everybody knows each other and you're trying to get a promotion, right? Don't say crap about a person who's also trying to get a promotion. Like, figure out a different way to get it. And with the moon being here in your obstacle is indicative of some kind of illusions or some kind of falsehoods, or just even like overall energy of like fickle energy. So make sure, like, if you are being promised something by somebody, you're not being led on. Coming back to this card, like with all those swords in his hands, make sure that like somebody is not promising you in promotion and making you do double work right now. You know what I mean? Like they tell you, you know what, Aries, we'll promote you in like 3 months, but for now, do your job and do this other job and do this 10 other things in order to prove yourself. You know what I mean? That's bullshit. That's not how this works. Make sure no one is kind of taking you for that ride. And also make sure that your desires don't come and go at this time frame. Or if they are coming and going, maybe this whole venture is not something that you want, truly. 3 of Cups is in your strength, which I like. And this is like a really happy card as it comes to your friendships, your community. Do kind of check in with your friends, see what they think, seek advice, talk to others, and also deal with others from a very friendly perspective. As I said before, make sure you're not saying anything about anyone behind their backs. Rather, say positive things about others. So don't say anything at all, for that matter, because that's going to make you look better in the eyes of your superiors and in the eyes of others. Then you're like not a gossip monger. You're just saying nice things about people, right? Apparently saying nice things is not gossip. Saying bad things is gossip. Well, look at this, the outcome, Ace of Cups. I love it. And this is a new event, like aces are indicative of new beginnings. And I like it. And here with the cups, Ace of Cups is not only is it going to be a new beginning, you will get where you need to get. And you got to trust the universe. You know, universe always helps us get where we need to be at any given moment. But also it's going to bring you emotional satisfaction. And you won't have to do anything too extra for it, or you don't even have to like put anybody down for it. It's gonna come to you the way it needs to come to you. Whew. Like this video and click subscribe, my dear friend. I hope this video clarified a couple of things for you. It's a bit of a confusing energy. Have a great week, my dear friend. Bye. Hello, my dear Taurus. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10 through April 16. Let's look at your current energies, my dear friend. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, overall vibe. We got the 4 of Cups. You're not super happy this week. It's almost like you might even realize that things are going well, everything seems to be okay in your life, but something is missing. Something is not there. And you might not be able to quite pinpoint it, but you're definitely feeling like something is amiss, especially in your emotional space, with that being 4 of Cups. Let's look at the rest of the cards here. We have a 3 of Wands as your overall energy. So you're trying to plan ahead in your life. You're trying to kind of figure out how to live your life going forward, how to expand yourself, how to change things up in your life for the better. With the 10 of Cups in your subconscious drives, like this, look at all these cups. This really makes me feel like you're not happy with your relationships right now. You're not happy with the way your family situation is right now. You want a happy family. You possibly want kids if that's not what you do not have. You possibly want marriage or a committed relationship. I don't know. You just want some kind of inner happiness and fulfillment, and you just don't have it right now. I do have I do feel like family is prioritized here. However, this is a general reading, so it might not resonate with you in that sense. It could be just being emotionally satisfied with your work-life balance. That could be a thing as well, right? Sometimes people work too much, and then you wake up one day and you realize, like, holy bananas, like, when was the last time I spent any time on myself? Oh, wait, hasn't happened in a while. So it could be any one of those things. And with the Empress being in your obstacle, it's like you're realizing that things need to change. You want to kind of plan ahead and change things up in a way that's going to be more conducive for your life, but at the same time you don't know what to do. There could be some sense of indecision, or maybe you might not be as serious about certain things as you should be during that time frame. Like if you are in an unhappy relationship, for example, you're still here. You might be not happy, but you're not willing to walk away. You know what I mean? Your job could be taking up a lot of your hours, but you're kind of like, and you want to change something, but you're not willing to take that first step. It's almost like the universe is like calling you out. Come on, Taurus. You can't just wish for things. You can't want things to change if you're not initiating any kind of change. You need to initiate change. And with the Three of Cups being in your strength sector, if you can't do it all by yourself, use your family, use your friends, use your acquaintances, use your community, people who make you happy, to try to help you go through this phase in your life and help you get to where you want to get. If you can't get out of this relationship, talk to your family. Tell them, like, listen, it's not working out. What can I do? Can I live with you for a little while? You know, can you help me out? Like, do you have any advice for me? Or ask your friend, how do you balance your work and life situation? Like, how do you get through this? Can I go for a run with you in the mornings? Because I know you run all the time. Can I kind of do this for myself with you, with your help? Can we go to the movies once in a while? Can we go to lunch? Like, whatever. Use your community, use your family, use your friends to help you get out of this place, get out of this funk. And look at this, Three of Swords is an outcome. I like it as an outcome, because you're suffering, my friend. You're definitely suffering. And with the threes, threes mean a solution. The solution is gonna come, and it might require a certain level of sacrifice. It doesn't mean that sacrifice is not gonna be needed. If you are walking away from the relationship, that's a huge sacrifice, right? Or not even a sacrifice, that's a huge change. That's a huge heartbreak. There's a lot of grief involved, right? If you are changing, if you have to cut down on hours at your job, that could create a sense of disappointment. It could make you suffer in your financial sector. But I want you to notice, we have 3, 3, 3. We have 3 threes across here. The solution is coming, you know? The creative energy to look at things from a different perspective is coming to you. You just got to open up. You're just going to open up and allow it to come into your life to help you see where the change needs to be made, and you have to make that change. And so, you know, Empress is also number 3 in a major arcana. 4 threes on the table here. Embrace the change, my dear friend, because you definitely want it. Oh, you want it bad. I hope the reading clarified a couple of things for you. Like the video and click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet. And have a super wonderful week, my friend. Hello, my dear Gemini. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10th through April 16th. A bunch of cards fell on the floor, but too many of them fell on the floor. So let me shuffle them a few more times. And let's start with your current energy, your subconscious vibes, your obstacle, your support, Possible outcome for the week and the overall vibe. Seven of Cups. Definitely searching for some kind of purpose. And I feel like you've been doing it for some time here, trying to figure out how to better your life, how to kind of cut out people who are not serving you anymore, how to have a better, job situation that's going to pay you more and create better stability for you, and also give you more money to keep you happier, because financial stability has been like strong, and I feel it strongly in this reading as well. And cutting out people, as I said before, is also definitely big conundrum that you're having right now. Who are your true friends? Who is worth investing your time and energy into, and who is no longer worth it? Let's look at the rest of the cards here. Wow. So the Hierophant is your overall energy. And let me tell you, the Hierophant is an overall energy. This has to be with your relationship, your current relationship with the person you're connecting with, whether it's a marriage or a serious relationship, I don't know. This is a general reading. This can be with your work situation as well. You're definitely contemplating on how to stay in this situation, to move on from the situation, how to improve the situation, or how to walk away from the situation. It's really interesting. The King of Pentacles is in your subconscious, so you really care about your financial stability over anything else right now. And this relationship, this situation, whatever this is giving you that stability that you need. Yet you're conflicted. You don't know if it's the right choice for you or if it's not the right choice for you. How confusingly interesting. The Page of Cups is in your obstacle. So the universe is telling you right now, like, this is not the time to kind of wish for things of how they could be. This is not the time to glorify things, romanticize things. Your feelings are fleeing, right? They're coming, they're going. There's a lot of choices here. You're not sure how you feel about a lot of things. Therefore, the state of dreaminess is really not helping you much. With the Four of Cups being in your strength, the universe is telling you that take a step back this week, disconnect, and really sort it out in your head, how you feel about everything, how you perceive everything, and what is important to you and what is not important to you. Do not make any decisions. You do not have to act or do anything during this time frame. If anything comes out, something's going to come out to change your mind. In either which way, that's fine. However, with the facts that you have them as they are right now, you got to give it a little time, and you got to allow this time, like this phase, to just kind of pass by. And look at the outcome, Five of Swords. The transformation is coming. A change is coming. Just make sure that you're not deceiving yourself. Make sure you're honest with yourself, because the more honest with yourself that you are, the more beneficial the outcome is going to be for you. Also, make sure that you are not starting any fights for any reason, because again, your feelings are very fleeting right now, and you might think that you're feeling very strongly about something in a particular way, and 5 minutes later you literally will not feel the same anymore, and therefore the energy was wasted on something that wasn't even important to you, if that makes sense. Interesting energies here. A lot of confusing energies. Just make sure you take this time, take this week to be an observer, not be an actor. Like, don't do anything active this week. I like that phrase that says what is it? Hunter is patient and prey is careless. Don't make any kind of careless moves, because you will feel very different about everything next week. As a Gemini, I know how it feels. One week you feel this way, the next week you feel completely different. And this energy feels like it's just fleeing. It's coming and it's gonna go just as fast as it came. Hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Hopefully it was not super confusing. Like the video and click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super wonderful week. Hello, my dear Cancer. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10th through April 16th. Your energy for the week card fell on the floor. Your subconscious drives here. Your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, and the overall vibe. We got the Hermit. Hermit is all about kind of disconnecting from the world and really getting in touch with yourself, trying to find the inner guidance, kind of trying to find that inner truth within your solitude. So you could be really not engaging with people this week, or not wanting to be around people this week. And the Nine of Swords already came up for your energy, telling me that you're kind of anxious maybe over some things, and you're feeling really hopeless over something that has happened. I do feel like it could be a work situation where the work situation is just not as stable as you would like for it to be. Maybe there's colleagues that you're working with who are making your life miserable, or there's a new set of responsibilities that were put onto you that you just feel anxious about. It's distressing you, and you feel like it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. There's too much on your plate. Others of you could be struggling with your finances, where you feel like you're paying all the bills. You're paying here and you're paying there, and it's like you're working, or whatever's money's coming in, the second it comes in, it goes out. Like there's never enough, or you feel like you can never catch up. And that's what's also making you kind of pull back and not want to enjoy life, not want to enjoy life with others, is because you are feeling the constraints of your current situation. And the subconscious energy that's driving you here, like you're seeking control. You really want some kind of structure in your life. You want stability, and you're just not seeing it. And what the universe is telling you with the Page of Cups being your obstacle, like for some of you, you might be just disconnecting from the world, and because you're so overwhelmed and you're feeling like there's just too much. For others of you, the universe is cautioning you, make sure you are not trying to suppress this. Make sure you're not trying to kind of compartmentalize how you're feeling about the situation, this work situation or this money situation, and don't try to put on a front for other people, because it does feel like the energies that I'm picking up here, it feels like some of you might, you have to pay, like your car payment is due, the electricity payment is due, your kids' needs, that braces payment paid like this week, and then your friend calls and says, hey, Cancer, let's go out. And you say, okay, even though you really have no money to go out. And you could have told your friend, let's just go to the park instead. Let's chill at my house, like whatever. You go out, and you might buy yourself a new outfit to go out. And when you go out, you overspend on dinner, you overspend on drinks, you buy drinks for others, you put on a happy face, and you put that face of, everything is okay, nothing to worry about here. But deep down inside, you are feeling like this, like you are feeling totally hopeless, and you're feeling super distressed, and there's a whole lot of anxiety over this situation. And even though this is a very general reading, do take what resonates with you. Don't overthink if it doesn't. For a small portion of you, I do feel like it has to do with like a separation. You know, when two people separate within a relationship, that creates a lot of money struggles, right? Like it creates a struggle of where to find the money to move to a different place, to buy the new furniture, to I don't know, like get your life together. So that could be distressing as well. The universe is telling you the Ten of Pentacles is in your strength. Prioritize your family. Prioritize your savings. Prioritize your needs here, and not wants. Just I want to highlight this very highly. Do not prioritize your wants. Prioritize your needs. And if your work situation is super stressful, try to kind of understand why you are at this job. What part of it was caused by you, and what part of it is actually unfair to you. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you might feel like, oh crap, like we have 25 things to do by this week, but you know, like screw my boss, screw this job. But in reality, you knew about these things for a long time, and you just never took responsibility, and you never kind of got yourself ahead of it. So therefore now you're in the situation, and once you kind of acknowledge that to yourself, it's going to be a little easier to tackle it, to just get it done, and move forward. Yeah, do prioritize your needs and the needs of your family here, big time. And look at this. New cycle is right around the corner, my dear friend. The outcome of the week is Page of Pentacles, telling me new cycle is literally right around the corner. And it's with Pentacles, it's not going to be immediate. It's not just going to like come there without any effort. You have to put some effort into it. You have to put effort into how you are thinking during this time frame. You have to put your effort into your action as well to kind of even out the situation for yourself. Hope this reading clarified a couple of things, my dear friend. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a wonderful week. Hello, my dear Leo, welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10 through April 16. Let's look at your energies for this week. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome here, and the overall vibe. Ooh, Six of Pentacles. This is an interesting energy. The way I picked up it is also very interesting. This is the energy of generosity. I feel like you're gonna feel very generous this week, and that's something that you should be aware of, because your generosity can essentially yes, being generous is great, right? Like it's a good thing to do. It's the right thing to do. But sometimes with this energy, you might end up giving a little too much. And as a result, you might feel resentful. So let's look at the rest of the cards here. Yeah. Definitely, with the Five of Swords being your current energy, like make sure that you are not giving something to somebody, and I mean it not just like physical stuff. Don't give any money, thoughts, your time, extra effort into anything just because you feel like it might get you to the next level, right? Like for example, at work, make sure that you're not overworking for free. Make sure that you're not doing extra work that you're not supposed to be doing for somebody else, right? Those are the things that I mean. Somebody might take advantage of your niceness, of your generosity during this time frame. And with the Star being your driving driving force here. It's like that energy of like positivity, feeling good, being very hopeful, being very faithful. It's like, yes, everything's gonna work out. Let me just, do this for this person and everything is gonna be great. They're gonna see how amazing I am. They're gonna see how hard I'm working. Bullshit. Make sure you're not giving too much of your resources to the people around you, because they will take advantage. You're doing it to with the Five of Swords here, you're doing it to kind of be noticed, to do the right thing, and it's going to feel good to you, but they will take advantage of you because they're going to see that you're willing to do more than you need to do during this time frame. The devil is a new obstacle, and that's all about that extra anxiety that this situation can cause you. It's manipulation. It's anything that's like trapping you. So do watch for people who might manipulate you into doing more than you have to do. And again, I do feel like this is a work situation here or a money situation. Be cautious how you donate during this time frame, because somebody might say, hey, like donate $7,000 to my charity. You don't even have $7,000, but you're gonna donate whatever you got, and like 5 months from now, you're going to find out that this charity is not even real. Be very cautious right now, because you are easily manipulated into doing extra and giving extra. And I'm stressing it because this energy is really stressing me to tell you not to become bait to somebody else's greed. The Nine of Swords is in your strength, and that's like the energy of pay attention to your thinking, my friend. Why do you feel like it's so important for you to give during this time frame? Why do you think it's so important to you to kind of compromise your needs for the sake of somebody else, probably somebody that you don't even know so well? Why do you feel such a need to go that extra mile at work when chances are you're not going to be recognized for it? So do kind of notice how you're thinking during this time frame. And look at this, the Magician is the outcome of the week. And I like it because it's showing me, and the universe is showing me here, that with willpower, you will be able to distinguish what is the right thing to do and what is not the right thing to do with patience. The Magician is a very patient card as well. It's kind of, it allows you to develop understanding over some time. This is not a aha moment. It takes like a little thinking, and it takes a little processing to realize how things truly are. And I like it because if you exercise that willpower and you do not just kind of jump on this need to give and be noticed during this time frame, then you will not be manipulated by anybody. Just keep it low this week. Don't do anything extra this week. If somebody is asking you for something, just tell them you'll think about it. You gotta know a little more about it. Tell them, let me check, let me see. You don't have to give your response right away. And no is always a complete sentence, my friend. I hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet. And have a super wonderful week. Hello, my dear Virgo. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10th through April 16th. Ooh, a little bit of a nervous energy here, but let's see what the cards are showing. This is your current energy, your subconscious drive, your obstacle, support, possible outcome for this time frame, and the overall vibe. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is this energy of walking away from something and kind of walking away from something that's stressing you out, that's upsetting you, walking away from a negative conversation, walking away from behaviors that sabotage your life. Let's look at what the rest of the cards are here. I do feel like you're going to be walking away from your old habits here and things that are causing you emotional harm, and or at least that's what I feel the universe wants you to do this week. Let's see what the rest of the cards say. Yeah, look at this. So overall, I feel like there's not a lot of balance in your life, and you're starting off with this Two of Swords energy here, and that's the energy of being confused. It's the energy of knowing that you need to change something, but probably not being super aware of what to change or what to do. Usually with this energy, especially with the Four of Cups being your subconscious drive, it's kind of like feeling like something is missing, like the universe has not given you something that you desire, even though you probably might not even be able to pinpoint exactly what you need or what you want. It just feels empty in the emotional space for you, and you want to change. You obviously want to change it. You want to kind of regain that stability, but you don't know how to do it. It's very conflicting and very difficult energy, and that's why I feel like many of you are kind of trying to run away from it, and not even try to process it to understand why you're feeling this way, but instead just kind of running away from it and suppressing it and pretending that nothing is wrong to the world, or with the Emperor being in your obstacle, being very cruel and very cold towards people around you, like blaming everybody else for your unmet needs here, especially in the emotional space. So if you feel like your friend hasn't called you in a while, don't take it personal, because you will take it personal this week, and you might start an argument with your friend over the fact that they haven't called you. Instead of saying, hey, let's have a phone conversation, it's going to come off like, what the heck, man? Like, I've been waiting for your phone call for 10 days. You see the difference? You feel like you're being wronged, while the other people might not even realize that you wanted them to do something. So watch out for that energy, because it's not really fair, and the universe is telling you the justice is in your strength right now. Look for that fairness, look for that cause and effect, and look for the equality in your relationships. Also seek out harmony before everything else. The way you feel right now is not great. It's kind of crappy. Like, there's no denial. Like, I'm looking at these cards, the energy that I'm feeling, it's heavy. It's not where you want to be at. But it's also important to recognize that it's no one else's fault for the most part. It is your perception, and it is your unmet needs that you are the one who is choosing not to even identify what is it that you need, and that's your job for this week. It looks like your job for this week is to figure out, okay, you want to change up your life because there's something missing, and you need to identify what is missing for you, and then it's going to help you figure out how to change up your life. And look at the outcome. Seven of Cups is the outcome. As the week progresses, and as you open yourself up to the universe, you will be able to, search for your own purpose and your own meaning in life. And I feel like once you're going to identify what is missing in your life, how would you want to see your life different, and not putting that burden onto anybody else, but just trying to figure out how you can change your life for yourself, for the better, you will be able to see choices. The choices and opportunities will open up for you, my dear friend. Hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super wonderful week, my friend. Hello, my dear Libra, welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10 through April 16. Let's look at your energies, my dear friend. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome for this week, and the overall vibe. The Knight of Pentacles. I like this energy because this is even though it's like a very patient energy, it's also the energy of efficiency, of hard work, of taking responsibility for your life, taking responsibility for your work, and kind of seeing that end result, right? Like really understanding, what is it that I'm working for? What is it that I'm working towards? And let's look at the rest of the cards to see what exactly this is touching in your life. Very interesting. So the King of Swords as your current energy, and it's a very disciplined energy, which kind of matches with this overall vibe that I got here of you trying to be efficient, responsible, trying to kind of work very hard toward this particular goal. Like you understand exactly what your needs are during this time frame, and I do feel like it has to do with money, work, money, even relationships, actually. Like and when I say relationships, like how you handle money within the relationship is really big for you right now. You could be working on creating a budget, reworking your budget, figuring out how to make more money as like by yourself or with your partner here. Definitely prioritizing money in some type of way. And you have these specific goals that you're working towards to. So maybe some of you are trying to buy a house, and therefore you have to figure out how to save some money for the down payment, but you also have to figure out how to, like within your relationship, like what things will be compromised on and what things will stay as necessities within your budget, right? Like especially if you're doing it with somebody else, which even though this is a very general reading, I do feel the energy of like having to work it out with somebody else really heavily here. And if it's not your direct partner, maybe it has to do with your financial obligations to your family, or maybe you're working with a financial advisor, an accountant, figuring out how to put this money together and how to kind of create these big financial goals for yourself here. You definitely understand that the action of swords is needed with the Knight of Wands as being in your subconscious drive. Like, and you're not scared to take that action. You're not scared to do whatever it takes. And again, a Knight of Wands is also indicative of support from others, support from family, support from people around you. That's why I do feel strongly like it's other people are involved in your life, helping you through this process, helping you get to where you need to get. Even though, again, I feel it strongly as a family member, as you know, a partner of sorts. It could be anybody who's by your side. And the universe is telling you that the Hermit is in your obstacle right now, and that's kind of that energy of kind of pity, you know, like self-pity in a way, like maybe feeling like, oh, like I just don't have enough money. How am I ever gonna get there? You know, how am I ever gonna get that car? How am I ever gonna move, you know, with my current circumstances? Like, don't let that thinking get to you. Don't let it even near you, because it's only gonna create delays, and it's only gonna create some kind of hesitation in your whole energy, and it's going to create blocks. Instead, the Seven of Swords is in your strength. Understand how you can use what you have in the best possible way. Like, how can you save money with your current job, with your current salary, with your current needs? Like, what can you do to build up that saving potential? You know what I mean? Seven of Swords is a funny card. For me, especially in this placement, it does have to do with kind of being a very, not deceptive, that's not the word that's not what I mean by it. It's more like being very resourceful with what you got, and be also very kind of thoughtful with the money that you have, almost like making a dollar stretch so far that it almost feels like you're scamming somebody. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you do need to buy something, make sure you're buying it on sale. If you like, don't rush into any financial commitments during this time frame, especially if you need money for something. And again, this is a general reading. I don't know if you need any money, but there's a need for something in your life, and whatever it is, just try to get it by shuffling what you already have, instead of trying and getting something new. Like, even if it's like simple as like, you need an outfit for prom. Don't try to go get a suit. You know, see if you can rent a suit or utilize something that you already have in your closet. Maybe you can borrow a suit from your cousin. I don't know, just kind of like reshuffle your your needs in a way to try to utilize what you already have to advance here. And look at the outcome. As the Queen of Wands, as an outcome, I absolutely love it. This is very mature energy, very confident energy. It tells me that you will be able to figure it out, my dear friend. You will be able to figure out how to make the most out of the least, and therefore you'll be able to get your goals straightened out, and you're gonna be on that path to get to wherever you're going during this time frame. I absolutely love it. Hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super wonderful week. Hello, my dear Scorpio. Welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10 through April 16. Let's look at your energies, my dear friend. Here we go. The energies fell out. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome, and the overall vibe. Ooh, the Three of Cups. Very nice energy. Energy of celebrating, energy of having joy with your friends, with your community, really feeling supported and really feeling happy. I do feel that many of you will kind of realize that you have a lot of good people in your life, or at least that's what the universe is trying to tell you here, that you do have people in your life who love you, who care for you, who are your friends, who treasure you, and who wish you happiness. Let's look at the rest of the cards. You're currently in the Magician energy, and that's the energy of manifesting something big, creating kind of reshuffling and creating a life that you really desire. It's building something grand for yourself in life. I do feel like this has to do with your passions and desires, with the wands being here on the table. And I do feel like many of you are desiring to have better relationships with your community, better relationships with your friends, or to spend more time with your friends. And some of you might be trying to figure out how to kind of increase that work-life balance, to have more life, to celebrate with the people that you enjoy being around. Others of you might be out there looking for a group of friends, a group or for a community that of like-minded individuals that can help you, be yourself, or allow you rather to be yourself around them. It could also be like a community for a specific hobby. Maybe you have some hobby. It could be anything, like collecting a specific book or liking a specific author, and just finding that book club of people who enjoy the same type of books as you do. That's kind of the same thing. And it's kind of, you're doing it, Page of Swords. You're doing it, and you're doing it rather quickly. I do feel a bit of a opposing energy here. Maybe you need to defend your needs to some people in your life as well. Maybe your spouse is telling you like, oh my God, Scorpio, like, you really need to join a book club. It's like, yeah, that's what you want to do, then that's what you should be doing. However, energy could come up with people questioning you. Like your boss might say, come on, Scorpio, you can't be leaving at 5 o'clock, even though your hours are 9 to 5 every day. Like some work situations are like that. People work way past whatever contractual hours are. But you are defending your beliefs here. You're standing up for your needs, and I like it a lot. The universe is just trying to tell you here, with the Four of Wands being an obstacle, make sure that you are careful about losing money, and make sure that you are vetting the people in your life, and you are not keeping people who are insincere close to yourself. So if you are kind of cutting hours at your job to have your hobbies, make sure that you're not losing too much financially, because usually you have to pay for your hobbies, right? And you might end up losing some pay from your work to like your hobby. So it's like a double loss. Just make sure you're not in that kind of situation, and also don't overshare. So that's like the big message that I'm hearing here. Don't overshare with people. And if you're meeting somebody for like the first time, if somebody is just your acquaintance, kind of be aware of that. It doesn't mean that they're your best friend, right? It doesn't mean that they're your family. They are your acquaintances. They are people you just met out in the community. You're just beginning to build this community. So don't overshare, because that could cause some kind of friction, and you could realize that people in your life are not as sincere as they appear. And sometimes that's because they just, not friends yet. It's the bond has not been built like that. But also with this energy, even though this is a very general reading, it might not resonate with all of you guys, and I hope it doesn't. I do feel for a very small percent of you, you might realize that people who you thought were your friends are actually not as supporting towards your needs and your goals as you thought they would be. So if you're trying out like a different workout class, they might, you might have somebody who you thought was your good friend and was very supportive tell you, oh, come on, really? You really got to do it? Like with all those other people who are like super fit, like you don't fit in there, and you have to pay money for it, and then you have to commit twice a week. Like, that's crazy. It might rub you the wrong way, but it's also going to show you like somebody's true colors, that they're not really as true or as sincere as they appeared to be in the past. With the Eight of Wands being your strength, I like it because I feel like you're going to move quickly. You're going to be able to make quick decisions. If you see something that fits whatever your needs are, you will glob onto it and you will stick with it, which I really, really like a lot. And you will build that commitment because eights are indicative of completing a cycle of some kind, like concluding something. So it's almost like you're going to conclude this time of your life of wanting something different, and you will finally have that, whatever is it that you're working towards. I like it. And look, the outcome is the Four of Cups. Obviously, Four of Cups could be indicative of a little bit of a disappointment, or if you have really high expectations for something, you might just feel upset because the situation might not live up to its hype, especially if you're overhyping it to yourself. So be careful about what you wish to happen specifically. If you are excited over this book club, don't get too excited unless you actually go there a couple of times. And if you like it, then you like it. Or actually, it's like all these messages. So if you overhype yourself, you might be disappointed because the situation might not live up to its expectation. But if you give it a few chances, it might be exactly what you were looking for. Do you know what I mean? Also, there could be disappointment over the friend, somebody who you thought would be very much somebody who you thought was your kind of rock in your life might just be not as excited or not as eager about a situation as you thought they would be. Hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you, my dear friend. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super wonderful week. Hello, my dear Sagittarius, welcome. This is your intuitive energetic check-in for the week of April 10th through April 16th. Let's look at your current energies as the cards are flipping over. A lot of cards are flipping over today. Your subconscious drives, your obstacle, your support, possible outcome here for this week, and the overall vibe. We got the Knight of Pentacles as the overall vibe, which I really, really like a lot. You could be connecting to Libra. They got the same overall energy for the week. This is the energy of working hard and being patient, waiting for your efforts to kind of manifest themselves, waiting to see how things will play out. Very responsible energy, very efficient energy, and the energy of where you are willing to get your hands dirty, while you're also realizing that the effects of your dirty hands, the results might not show right away, even though you really want them to show right away. Like knights are cards of action. However, you're also realizing good things require patience and hard work. Let's look at the rest of the cards here. My amethyst is moving. We got the Death card as your overall, as your current energy. And, I like it here because it's allowing you to kind of realize what is it that's no longer serving you in your life? Like, what is it that's no longer working? Yes, you are very patient during this moment, but have you always been patient, right? That's the big question. It's kind of like you're realizing that being quick, being just getting things done for the sake of getting things done, and then making mistakes is probably not the best way to work or to act. Allowing the patience into your life is actually going to be significantly more beneficial to your mental state. Like rushing things only creates anxiety And as I said before, it creates errors left and right. But when you allow patience in, with the Ace of Cups being your subconscious drives, like you're realizing that, wait a second, like if I'm waiting just a little bit, like if I'm letting go and allowing the universe to work through this just a tiny little bit, my sense of well-being is all of a sudden heightened, right? I am a happier person. I am much better to people around me. People around me are much better to me. Everything is more peaceful, more quiet, and bam, things work themselves out. It's a very mature energy here. And I feel like to many of you, it's not a natural feel. Taking that break, taking things slow. Many of you just want to get things done as soon as possible. And you're realizing that it's not good for your mental health. So you're taking this new approach of taking things a little slower, allowing universe to help you out, and it's making you feel better. Wow, big feels here, my dear friend. The Eight of Wands is in your obstacle, and that's that energy of speed, rapid action. The universe is telling you, you might, you're gonna want to do things fast, especially you being fire, Wands being fire, and Eight of Wands is a very fast, fiery energy. You want to be that quick person. That's what your innate desire is. And the universe is telling you, no, not right now, my friend. Not right now, my friend. Chill. Especially if you're doing it all by yourself. Chill. Wait a second. With the Knight of Wands being in your strength, ask a friend. Ask your family for some help. Ask others for support. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Ask somebody to check things over for you. If you found this amazing job online, whatever website, don't just send out that resume, even though that's what you want to do. You're going to want to write up a cover letter and send that resume in immediately. Don't do it. Have your friend read it over. Have your family read it over. Talk to them about this job. Doesn't mean you have to take a whole week for it, right? But do spend that extra hour, the extra 2 hours, to see if they can find any errors in your resume, in your cover letter. Maybe they're gonna give you some pointers. Maybe they will point out something about the company that you're applying to that it's not really a good fit for you. So they will prevent you from making that mistake, rushing it, being anxious about it. But instead, they will kind of allow you to take a step back, process this, realize whether the situation is needed, and if it is, they will help you. They will increase your chances of getting that job because your resume is going to be looked over. Your cover letter is going to be looked over. You know what I mean? Obviously, this is a general reading. So take how it resonates and apply it to your life and your specific areas of life. I do feel like it has to do with work and your personal desires here, your passions. Just don't rush it. It's the overall vibe I'm getting here. Let's look at the outcome for the week. Four of Swords. The reason why I'm laughing is because Four of Swords is the card of rest, card of slowing down, card of contemplation, card of allowing to kind of restore your energies. And this whole reading is about you eliminating that anxiety, restoring your energy, finding those beautiful new feelings of equilibrium within yourself by kind of also gaining that sense of a spirituality where you're kind of allowing the universe to run its course and create this abundance in your life on the timeline of the universe instead of your personal timeline. Really adult energies, very mature energies here, and I know it's hard for you. However, the universe is by your side and you will get exactly where you need to get with patience, my dear friend. Hope this reading clarified a couple of things for you. Like the video, click subscribe if you haven't done so as of yet, and have a super, super wonderful week.